Hi, this is just a mini update video because I made some changes today that drastically improve loading times for the game Drone Alone. So basically, originally, so the main premise of the game is to mine asteroids. And originally, when I first started making the game over a year ago, I would spawn about 30,000 asteroids at the beginning of the game. And at the same time as I'm spawning them, I would also populate any data when it comes to what they contain in terms of ore and some other data that need to be used. And the way the game works is this is all stored, and there's basically just for efficient rendering purposes, there's just instances of the asteroid mesh. That are just dummy actors that you can't really interact with, and as you get close to it as a player, the game will swap the dummy asteroids out for ones that are actually interactable. The main problem is each asteroid, basically, so here is where the main loop is for spawning the asteroids. So this might be whatever number of asteroids you want to spawn, so 20 or 30,000, let's say, but inside this there are multiple other for loops that are run to check, for example, what type of there would be stuff for like what type of minerals do you want to have in the asteroid and what percentages and things like that. So quickly the number of iterations in the loop overall would grow into the millions, and even on my pretty good Threadripper machine running on a fast M.2 SSD, I would get loading times sometimes in about 1 minute, 2 minutes, which is quite long. But I realized today the main part of this thread, which was being done here, which I've already removed, was basically creating the data for the ore that's being stored inside the asteroids. And that was the main part that was making for loop go from 10,000 iterations to 100,000, probably even 1,000,000 iterations. So instead of doing that on every single asteroid at the beginning of the game, which was very slow, like I mentioned, instead I'm just going to simply do it just before a player visits an asteroid the first time, and build up the database as the player visits each asteroid. So instead of having data for thousands of asteroids that may never actually be visited by the player, it will only do it for the ones that actually are visited. And everything is running on streamed random number generators, so everything's deterministic and will always be the same every single time if I want it to be, in terms of the procedural generation of the asteroid field. So basically now what this does is it only spawns the actual instances of the asteroid, a little bit of data, but it's very light. There's no massive for loops in here. And then here, when we want to spawn an interactable asteroid as the player approaches it, here we check and see if this is the first time that this asteroid has been encountered. If it's yes, here we do the data population for the asteroid. And that's only done once, basically. And that is way more efficient. And yeah, so let's have a quick look. I can show you what the new loading times look like. So bear in mind, like I said, I'm running on a pretty beefy machine here, 3rd gen Threadripper. And yeah, it used to take about 2 minutes. This is in real time. And new game. And let's see how long it takes. There you go. 20,000 asteroids. And if we check, the closest ones have already been swapped out from the dummy ones to the ones I can interact with. Let's see. Yep. They have stuff. And now as I go and visit them, they will populate the data instead of doing it all from the beginning, which is far better. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. But yeah. So now, with the improvements I've made to the loading from save and this now loading time, things are way quicker. So I'm very, very happy with that. This is amazing. So yeah, thank you much for watching.